Yeah, Josh.
All right, so I think today maybe today we try and make today a bit more interactive, right? So let's try and make today a bit more interactive between us. Let's start with Bitcoin, and let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Um, we'll spend a bit more time on some of the coins we're trading. Um, let's see Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is let's go on the weekly chart. So weekly chart, it's crossed the line. This our bull market lines crossed it. I have another one which I'm targeting, which is this line here, and that is sitting around I think 104, 103. Okay, so based on this week's candle, uh, the volume. What is it doing here? What is this? Show key fact today. What's that? Get rid of it. So this volume is it's now the volume is not strong because if you look at the color of the candle of the PVSRA candle is blue. And the blue is about 150 150 million, I think, volume. So if we put a volume there and look at the volume on this one, the volume is 132K, is under 150. So this volume was 172K, and this one, the volume was 132K. So 132K, then we went up, higher volume, 172K, and now we have 132K, which is a lower volume. So normally for the move to continue going, you need increasing volume. Similar to here, what we had here. So we had 175K, moved to 217. Then you went higher again, which was 186, and then you corrected, right? So here, next week, if we close like this, then next week, chances are we will go up slightly. We'll go up very slightly to that 100K, 102K, anything, maybe touch this line. If we touch it, that will give me a lot of confidence. If we touch this line and poke above it and then reject, that would tell us a lot. Another thing as well is because we've closed outside the KC channel, this is the KC channel, right? So this is the KC channel. Because we've closed outside it, it shows that the move to the upside is strong, and therefore there's more kind of fire in there. So we do probably expect one more like here. One, we closed outside. This one closed outside. This one closed outside. Then you have a third one that before you correct. So, we have one more to somewhere here, that would give us, that 104, 103K, that would be perfect. Then you can have a cascade down. And I think we then at that point cascade all the way back down to the tops here, the tops here, which would be around 75, 76, 74K correction. Then we can go back up again. So I think next week the altcoins will run as a result. Because of that, the altcoins will keep on running because when Bitcoin starts to go up again, most of these altcoins are going to go up. So let's bear that in mind. And I think if you look at this, this is coming down. I think, yeah, so Bitcoin will probably fall to about here, 95,000, and then continue the journey. So, if we move this here and put it down here, so it falls to somewhere there and then continues going up to that line, up anywhere between the top here and here. Let me just put the trend line here. So anywhere between this sort of zone here would be an area of interest in terms of Bitcoin's price action. Because if we look at the weekly chart, we have a divergence on the weekly, on the daily chart. So you can see here, this is the tops here, right? The tops here, higher point of the RSI. MACD is the highest as well. And then we go higher, but MACD is lower. So there's a divergence on MACD, there's divergence on RSI, and there's divergence on price. So it's probably left with one more left to the upside, and then cascade properly down. Is what I think happens on Bitcoin. So let's look at some of our favorite coins. Let's spend a bit more time on some of our favorite coins. Let's look at TIA. TIA has done beautiful. Last week our trade on TIA was good, but I think I sold a little bit too early. I took my money off too early. I was gnashing after selling. So I have to make amends for that. I should have left some on the table, at least half on the table. I think I should have. But anyway, we'll learn from that and we'll make it better for the next one. So this one, let's look at the TIA BTC, because I think that is going to determine how hard TIA is going to pump. If we look at the TIA BTC chart, so we're still not even above the 200, right? We're still below the 200, which tells me there's more fire to come. There's plenty of fire to come after this pull down. And the weekly chart on it is very bullish. So we got bullish candle here. Worst case scenario, maybe falls back to somewhere here, which is so TIA came into those zones here for us. So it comes back to test worst case scenario, test the bottoms here. But I don't know whether we get that. So the tops here probably, or here somewhere there, would be the point where you would see a kind of a support to go back up. So, and if we multiply this by the price of Bitcoin, so if we multiply 0.0003478 times, what's the price of Bitcoin now? What's the price of Bitcoin, guys?
95. Okay. 965.
Okay, so it's telling us that if it comes back to that line, it's 710, right? If we get 710 will be the price of Bitcoin, of the USD. If we get this base here, which is 663.1234663 times, let's even call it 96,000 Bitcoin. That's 636. So between 636 and 7. So that's what we are looking at on the USDT pair, the USD pair. So if we look at the TIA USD pair and go and have a look at that. So that's the candle we formed, very beautiful candle. So if we say 6, how much was it? It was 636. So
636.
if you put 636 on here, 636. Coordinates 636. And the other one was 710, isn't it? I think it was 710.
Yeah.
7. So let's say 710. 710. So that's where TIA will fall back to. And then it will go up higher. So in between here, and you see how it, if I just make this bigger, see how it lines up at the tops, right? So that's a support zone. Within this here, the tops here is support zone. We don't have anything here, but this second one cuts across here, support zone, cuts across here, support zone. These tops are support zone. So, I think 675, yeah, 675 actually, I think I would prefer that because it cuts across this support zone here, but it could also come to the zone of the 635, 35 then, so 36, 35 or whatever it was we had, yeah. So 635, between 635, 710, anywhere there. And if you don't buy it, this thing will be at $9, over $9. You know, it could go to $9. And once we hit $9, it will pull back small, back again to the tops here, somewhere here. It will be $8, probably $8.20, $8.10, and then it will go back up again. So I think TIA is looking really good for next week. Let's look at lower time frame and see. So we have a kind of pulling back down. So yeah, so the gap, this line is probably that's this line. This is looking good. This is looking good as an area where price can easily fall to and then have support and then go further up. And also on the daily chart, if we go on the daily chart, the 200 moving average is sitting here. So again, seems to line up with a moving average, 628, and this is 635. So if you take yours as 635, even at 635, 38, I think it was 638, wasn't it? 636. Okay, 636. So
yeah, 636, yeah.
So that lines up nicely. That lines up nicely in terms of the likely zone where it's going to fall back to. And that will give you a good bounce to then go up again. Because at the moment, all we've done since we've fallen down here is we've done one level here, and then this is our level 2. And then we pull back, and then level 3 is going to be the strongest. Level 3 will be the strongest. So I think, George, the short, you might have to take a bit of a loss on the short, within this gap for next week.
Nah, I mean, that was expected that I'll take a loss though.
Yeah, so we'll have to close that one in this box and then reload some more. So put an order, you put an order in between here somewhere, wherever,
For long, yeah.
I think, definitely I think I'll get back probably to tier next week. I'll go back to tier to trade tier because there's a lot of fire on it at the moment. People will join this trade. People will start joining this trade quite a lot because now it's broken the tops. And when you break the tops, that is a clear strength. When you break the bottom tops, it's a clear strength. So people will see that. And they will join this. And a lot of people will have orders here, sitting at 620, 650, 640. People have orders sitting there. Let's look at the liquidation map on tier, if it will load up. Okay, so let's do tier. Yeah, so liquidity wise, let's go shorter time frame. They've eaten all the liquidity there. They ate all of it. So there's plenty of liquidity. You can see there's plenty there. There's not much up. If we do 24 hours, 12 hours. Okay, 12 hours, there's still a bit all the way up to $9. But there's a lot down here for them to eat. There's plenty here which they can get. And this is just like one drop. This is 2. So we can expect another 1 to give us a 3 drop. Good 24 hours. Yeah, this is definitely, you see where it's sitting, right? 684, 694, so we are heading there. We're definitely heading into that zone. So into this zone here, which ties in, 650. If we bring it all the way down to being 650. So I think I probably would put my order at 650 for a reload, around 650. If it goes to 630, fine. It's not far off from where you are. 630 would be a good reload zone based on the heat map as well. So there's a lot of confluence. You can see that there's a lot of liquidity. There's plenty. They can go as low as they want to 535, but I don't think we get to 535 because 535 will be like here, back down here. I mean, it's possible. It's not impossible. It's possible. It's not impossible, but I think this line is now like becomes the support zone now. It can go slightly below it, yes, it can go slightly below it. So maybe we factor that into account. Let's put one more order here. Let's put one more line here as a. So if we're going to put orders in, we put one here, one there, and one here. 3 orders in. You split your orders between those zones. But I'll have a bigger one here, a smaller one here, a bigger one here, and then a very small one here, top up, if I need to. If you were in a if you're it will actually be a good time for you to add to your shorts actually, because if you were to add say 15, no, that's too much. If you were to add 1,000 to your short, what would be your average entry price?
You mean at the current price?
At 767.
Um, uh, my entry price would be 620.
So you still not be at the point where we are expecting price to get to.
Yeah.
So it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth doing it. So rather
Take a
cut
hit.
your loss at that price and then buy more of the long position.
Long, yeah.
Or reduce it. Maybe reduce it instead of maybe cutting the whole thing off. Reduce it to like 500, right? And then that way you can also add more to your long position because obviously the short allows you to add more, gives you more capacity.
Mm.
So maybe reduce it to 500 and then add more to the long position, right? Because I think you've got 1,005 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get your long position back up to your 4,000, whatever.
Okay.
So you can split it. Okay, I want 1,005 here. I want 500 there, and I want 500 there. So that it's split across the different levels.
Yeah. Okay. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
I mean, I'll do the same. I'll do the same actually. I will put orders along those marks. I've got a short on it at the moment. So
Oh, okay.
I'll take profit on it around this zone here. I will take it at 650. 650-ish. I'll take it off. And then load up, and I also have a long position on it. So I will load up my long position one here, and then I'll load up more here if it gets there. And then take it for the ride. Um, so that's tier. We're happy with
Mm.
tier. Let's move on to which is the other coin that we've got, render. Yeah, so render. So render on the weekly chart again is it's also doing the same thing. So it's done 3 push-ups, 3 push to the upside in the weekly chart. So it's going to look to do a bit of a correction. The good thing with if I go back to TF for a minute, see, we've only just got just one push-up. So it's going to do 3 of it in a row before you have a proper big correction. So something I would be something like this, then something like this, then you have a small correction, proper correction, then something like that. Or you're going to have 1, 2, 3 in a row, 3 weeks in a row of going up. And I wouldn't be surprised if we had around $11, $12 by second week in December. I won't be surprised at all. But for where is render? Render BTC. Let's look at the render BTC. So you can see again on the render BTC chart, it's done 3 in a row. So now is what cooling off. It's coming down a little bit. So this is quite a nice cool off. It's come back to the line and looks like it's finding support. I mean, the week is not ended yet. If we go to the daily chart and look at the daily chart, so we have, okay, MACD is coming down. MACD keeps on coming down. Price is also coming down. We've got a drop down here. So I think, yeah. So anywhere around like 6894. So let's see, 6894.1234689 6894 times 96,000. 661. So 661, we can expect to get about 661 at the very least. So if we go back to the USD chart, look at the USD chart, 661, yeah, so it's sitting around this 200 moving average is likely to be tested. This will be tested, and sometimes you can come slightly lower, below. So we say here and 50% of this candle. Let's do 50%, somewhere about 50% of that candle. So somewhere there. So, six between this place, this zone will be a good reload zone for render. This would have come all the way down and then start to tick back up again, and then we will go again. Because we've only done, it's also done only kind of two levels. Okay, it's done three, one level here, two here, and then this the third level, drop, lower high, and then drop again. So we'll drop into this box. Normally the 50, when coins go up and they're coming down, so the first level comes back down to the 9. This is the 9-day MA, and then continue. Sometimes you dip slightly below, it go up, and then when it corrects, it comes back to touch the 9 again, then goes up. And then after doing that, it touches the 9, lower high, and then comes down to test the 21. So the 21 is also moving up. It's moving. So they will come and meet somewhere there. They'll meet, or sometimes it dips slightly below the 21 moving average and then continue the journey. So if we draw the pattern like that's level 1, that's level 2, that's level 3, that's level 2, this is level 3. We have a falling down, lower high, and then come back into here, and then you can go up, you can keep going. In a bull run like this, probably you keep going. Otherwise, you have a slight rise, and then you continue going down again. So render will also come down to about that zone, 670, 675. I probably would take my 675 will probably be an area for reload, 675. And if you're in a short, then of course you got to be off. You got to be off by around that. If it's 675, if I'm in a short, I'll take it around 680. I'll take my early. I wouldn't wait for the actual number. So if we do a fib on it and say, okay, where's 50%? So 50% is sitting around 617. 617 is 50%. So, slightly below the 21, just slightly below the 21. So, and that line is just about there. So it's interesting how some of these lines, I don't even use a fib, but it tends to, it's kind of lining up exactly with the fib lines, and I didn't actually use a fib to do it. So yeah, this zone here definitely will be tested. And if it maintains above the 50, normally that's a sign of strength. Then it continues to go. So a bit more falling on render. So that's render. So we expect a bit more for it, then continue to go up, because this week's candle, it's probably going to be red. This would probably be red, and then allows it to come back down in and then continue going up. So that's render. But after this period, honestly, after this, period, it could be like this as well and just come down and zip down and continue straight going up. Something like this. The next candles that we're going to form are going to be really big candles. I mean, look, it's going to be something like this, right? So if you look at this pattern, right, here we are, then you have a small candle, right, smaller candle. Then you zip down, but it's a quick zip zip, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. It's going to be a quick zip, and then off, and it'll be off to the races. So the target is around $15 on this one. So it's got a long way to go. $15 target, and then then at that point you have a proper correction. So render a bit more falling on render, and then go up. So you can collect the longs, manage risk, just collect them, manage the risk. You can decide to do that, or you can put a short in at this price, count it down to 675, close the trade, load up your long positions there, and run it all the way. Add, if it comes to the next line, add a bit more to it, and just wait for the miracle. I think this week we had miracles, so we had a lot of good wins this week on a lot of the calls that we made. XRP, I put this out on the chat, and when I put it out, it was at 150 something. And here we go, 138. It's just, I think there's more falling on the XRP. There is more.
And are you still in it?
No, I'm not. No, I closed it.
Oh, okay.
I closed it. So, but there's more. I think there's more. It's going to come into this zone here. That's more likely that the way it's going to fall. Let's look at the weekly chart. So, yeah, we've gone higher on lower volume. So it's possible that when we close this week, we go up slightly first, and I think that probably happens first. So we resurrect and go up slightly first. Double top, 165, or slightly higher between one. Let's put our lines there. We can get a double top. We can also get a slightly lower high, or we can get a slightly higher high, somewhat like that. So we can get something like that. And then you correct properly down. And if we go back to the daily chart, so we can go back up back into these zones, and then here, and then correct. Because this thing here, although it's not a stopping because it's not a triple red. It tells me that there's more upside on it after this candle completes. And I think we go to lower time frame. We can see that sellers are getting exhausted. So here you can see here sellers are getting exhausted. We've got a pink candle on it. So low volume selling. Another one is here, low volume selling. And guess what happened after that? It just went up. So worst case scenario, it comes into this zone here, and here. So, as a double bottom, and this point here falls into this gap, then it rises up to form a lower high somewhere there as a lower high, or a double top, or go slightly higher, and then continue the journey back down again. So that is XRP. It is not worth a short at the moment. It's not worth it. The risk reward is not there. So you better off taking the long trade when it hits into that gap, and then run it all the way to the lower high, or this point, or that point. If I go an entry here and it gets above here, 144, I just put a stop loss back up above here, and I won't close it here, or I will take 50% of my profit here, leave the rest of the 50% to run, and put a stop loss on it to about here. So if it turns back down again, then at least I've made some money. But if it goes to the target and goes to do a higher peak, then of course you're still sitting in it, and you're still making money. So XRP, which other coin? Okay, ONDO. So ONDO on the weekly chart, we can look at the ONDO BTC chart first. So ONDO BTC. So this one has got a lot of legs on it. I think it really has a lot of legs on it because it's only just starting to move. So it's only starting to move. And we've got our first kind of, this here is the low. That's the low, and look at here. So if you look at this point here and look at where the RSI was, right? And look at this point here and look at here. So there's a divergence on RSI on the BTC chart. So, and we now having and this was the indication we're going to go up. We've had our swipe down, and now we're going to go up, right? This is very similar to the render chart. So if you look at the BTC render chart, you look at what happened, right? So this is what happened. So you have here, right? You go
And this is
down.
the BTC tier chart, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm looking at it. Okay, so I'm looking at the wrong one. Where's the tier? It's actually tier. It is tier. Yeah. So the actual tier
Okay.
USD chart. So look at this one here, right? So you have your weekly chart, then you have a swipe down, then you go up, right? And then if you come and compare it to ONDO's BTC pair, ONDO BTC chart. So you can see you have your triple green, then you have a swipe down, then you start going up. And that's a divergence also. It's a divergence on the RSI. We don't have MACD because it's a new coin. It only came out, what, May 24. So this is a relatively new coin. So we don't have MACD on this, but even on the daily chart, if we look at it on a daily chart and look at the MACD, because I think we can see the MACD here. And we can look also the so here is the bottom part of RSI. And you look at this point here, compare it to that point there. And we've come down here, and the RSI is almost like a double bottom. It's almost like a double bottom. So there's a divergence in play here. So it done the leg down, and it's just done just one level here, two level here. So we're going to go two. The bigger move is coming on this BTC pair. It's coming. It's going to perform Bitcoin quite a lot. So this is looking good. Let's look at the actual USD pair and see what's going on there. So on the actual USD pair, it's been actually moving against the USD pair, from here, from August. It's done really well, actually. So it's done this move here, it's done that move there, and then we've done our move here as well. So this 200 moving average potentially becomes the testing ground as the kind of base of support. So 0.88990, it can dip slightly below it. It can do that. 85 zone, and then off you go. Look at it from a 12-hour perspective. If this 12-hour candle stays like this at midnight, then that's the end of the fall, because that's a stopping candle. So this becomes a stopping candle, and it becomes a divergence. So we have to see how it closes at midnight. 4 hours, 4 hours suggests to me there's potentially a little bit one more zip to the downside. So that 90 becomes a reality. By then this would have crossed this, and probably these will all cross. And then you have a very beautiful divergence here, because on here we don't have a divergence on the fall. There's no divergence at all. So if I make this bigger, make this bigger, there's no divergence at all. So there's potentially some slightly more downside on it before we start going back up again. The weekly chart looks good. The weekly chart looks good. 3 weeks in a row, maybe correct back down to about here, the middle of this particular candle here. The tops here become support. So 8-9. So we get support here. That's a support zone. Up here, the peaks here. Support here, support there, support there. So there is some support sitting there. If that one doesn't hold, more likely it will be back down here, because that's where you have your next line of support. It'll be back down. So in between here somewhere, it falls, but it will go higher. I think Ondo is real world assets. So that's a narrative which will kick on, I'm sure, with BlackRock now building real world assets on something called Build. I think they call it something called Build, and that is it's on Ondo. So I'd expect this to really kick in. I mean, this thing could go all the way to between $5 and $10. Easy. $5 and $10 on this is easy. In the boom by April next year. I mean, this could be easily between $5 and $10. 10x, it will do a 10x. Ondo will do a 10x. No two ways about it. So it's one of those solid. And again, we just above zero on MACD. So the weekly chart is flipped. The MACD is just flipped above zero. And when MACD flips above zero, you on the weekly chart, you tend to go bombastic after that, tend to go really high. So it's another good one. If you want to, trade, it's a good one to also pick some longs if you want to trade it. If you want to buy it also for spot, it was also good as well. Let's look at optimism. Optimism, we spoke about optimism last week. It's not hit our target yet. It's not hit target, but it's close. The first target is close. I think I posted this on our channel that it's about to go. I think I posted it when it was somewhere here, somewhere there. 175, it's gone. It will go up higher next week after a slight pullback. If we pull it back to, let's pull back to the tops here, somewhere there, 190, pull back, continue the journey. It will go up higher. It's got a lot of it will go up to about this thing again. This one will do easily $20, between $20 to $50. Optimism. Because Coinbase are using it, all the institutions are building on it. They are building their stuff on it. So this is another one that is also going to do well. If we draw a trend line across the tops of it and say draw a trend line across the tops, then we are looking at from here to there, it's about 1.186%, which is around $5, $6. That's modest. That's a modest. So it's about 3x even up to the trend line. Then when it breaks the trend line, you are into discovery. That's where you get your $10, above $10, $20. So optimism will also do a 10x, a 10x by April next year, it would have done a 10x. So it's another good one as well. And then let's look at good. One last, let's look at some of the other ones that we trade, which are some of the other ones we trade. If there's any others that, okay, this say is another one that I think also has got a lot of legs on it. I think I posted it. So say will also do well as well. Yeah, again, $5 say it's on the cards. Another one. It will come and hit here by probably early December. We'll be at double top, which will be about 113. I mean, this is a bullish candle. If you look at the say BTC chart, it's just only beginning. It's only beginning. This is just the beginning. There's a divergence on it. So yeah, I expect this to go up, at least hit this here initially. And that will mean that, say, by that point, should be at least $1. This would be at close to $1. You get big, fat green candle like this, and it'll push it all the way, boom, somewhere there, 80, and then the next thing you know, we are into a new all-time high. So this is another good one. Say is another strong, it's really, really strong. See all things coins falling and it's just showing you strength because it's only just started its move against Bitcoin. So it's gonna go really high. Another good one as well. I think it will cool off a little bit. There'll be a little bit of a cool off on this one to maybe the peaks back to the peaks here, 5.5, and then continue going up. So it's a good one as well. Which other coin should we talk about trading? Is there any other coins that anybody want us to discuss or uh,
Okay. What happened to MUBI?
MUBI. Okay, let's look at MUBI. So MUBI is still in its kind of consolidation phase. It's the weekly is turning. So if we look at the weekly, it's turning. So the weekly is turning. It should go up. It should go up. We've had this kind of swipe, and this is like a divergence. So if we look at here, so we've had our divergence. It's gone up there. It's gone up, come back down. So that's our divergence from this point. We had the divergence here. The divergence is from here, lower. That's lower. RSI is lower, still lower. Is it lower? Let's have a look. Go down again. So price falls here, price goes here. That's not a divergence. We come back up. Price goes down here. Okay, there's a divergence here. There's a divergence here. So we had a divergence, lower high. So level one, level two. Is the big move is coming. The big move is coming on MUBI. You see the way these coins they move, right? So you have the utility coins move first. The big coins like your TS, like your Rendes, like your Solana, like your Aptos, like your AVAX, oh sorry, Aave. Those sort of coins, they move first. When people have made their money, and meme coins move first. The meme coins explode first. People make money on the meme coins. They take their money, like they have taken. They come and buy these other coins, like the Tiers, like the Aves, like the Aptoses, and push those up, right? When they've made the money on those, they sell it, take the money. Then they start looking, oh, which coin hasn't run yet? Oh, MUBI is not run yet. Okay, let me dump my money on MUBI. Then MUBI also gets the big pump, right? So
Hmm.
it's a musical chairs, money musical chairs in cryptos. You know, I actually just figured it out. This trick is like, okay, meme coins were running good, PEPE, even smoking chicken fish. Smoking chicken fish did a big run. Look, it moved from what, 0.03 all the way to 0.15. Now it's back down to what base again, right? These are all meme coins. So the meme coins run, people sell, take their money, they go and put it into the other coins, utility coins like SUI and all those sort of things. They pump, they make money, they take it off, then they move it to, okay, which one hasn't pumped yet? The next one which hasn't pumped will be those utility coins, those small coins like MUBI, Linux, uh, um, Suku, where's Suku? Rari, Suku, um, Sui P. Let's put some here. I think there's Sui P somewhere here. Where is it? Sui P. Here. Yeah, Sui P. Boba, Sui P. Where is Sui P? ALT. That's how the musical chairs in crypto work. So, and this is why when your coin has not pumped, you just have to be patient and just wait. Just wait. It can be frustrating. Like last week, I think
Patience.
last week, I was so frustrated with tears. Like, come on, this coin is a lazy coin. Like you're moving,
We were all frustrated
yeah,
in
moving
several
like,
weeks, eh?
and render was pumping, boom. And $8, $7, and tier was sitting at $5, right? But you just wait for yours. Your pump is coming. Then we got it this week, right? So it's patience. It's just a patience game. The musical chairs, money musical chairs, they call it. It goes round. So yours will come. And if you're patient, like we've done 54%, like today, this week, 54%. That's crazy. That's insane. And then dot, polka dot. Let's look at polka dot because dot, Marshall, you are in dot, right? So let's look at dot,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
at dot, dot, dot. So dot, I think dot, we also flag dot as well. And look at that. That's another 55% pump from last week. That's crazy. So it was sitting at $4, $5 when we are looking at it. And it's like, I think it will pump. definitely will go up, go up. I wasn't expecting it to go all the way up to $10 though. Probably yeah, I was expecting to come to somewhere here, maybe $7, $8, but clearly it did more than that. So again, somebody who was sitting in dot like 3 weeks ago, 4th of November, it was like, Charlie, this thing isn't moving. I remember Marshall was like, oh, he's got some dot, but it's not moving, you know.
Yes.
And I said it will go up, relax, it will go up. And there you go, today you got your pump. So it's just patience. But now I think it's a bit overstretched for me. It will cool off. It will cool off, but it will continue going up. Next week will go up higher. I think it will push up to the $13 next week after the pull down. $13 mark. It will get there. It will get to 13. Dot probably will get back to the $40. It will get
Yeah,
back there. It will get back to that.
don't
It will get back to the
don't
$40.
I'm break even. I'm break even for the long term bag that I bought 2 years ago. I just broke even. You
Yeah.
can
So
imagine.
it will go up. It will go up back to the $40. Polka dot will go back up to the $40. We will definitely exceed even $50. $50 or double top $50 or we'll go higher. Um, we are so early. So this thing is going to go very high. And once it hits this $13, it's going to be game over. It's going to be boom, 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 like you had it here, like this point here. It started here, it just went crazy. So I expect something like that to happen with DOT as well. So it's another one that will do well. If you patient enough and you just pick them up, maybe around 750, get some at 750. I think it will be a good place to get it because there's a lot of support around the 750. Let's move my lines. 750. There's a lot of support. There's support zones here. There's support zones there. There's support zones there. So 750. And if you are very lucky, then gets really worse. You might get zipped down to about 650, 670 area. And you go higher, straight up to $13 at the very least. So another good opportunity on that. XLM is overstretched, needs to come back into the KC channel. KC channel is sitting around 0.27. So yeah, and RSI is sitting at 92. So it's too hot. It will cool down. But there's a potential for it to go higher again before the proper cool down because this is a strong move. It's strong and it's above the KC channel. If it closes above the KC channel, that tells me that it's strong and therefore there's more move on the upside on it. So there is potentially a bit more fire on it. Once this closes, you'll get one more slight move, maybe a double top. You could get a double top on it, or you could get a slightly higher high, or you get a lower high on it. And then after that, you topple down. So that would be a good shot. That would really be a good shot, actually, when the time is right. As a good shot. We looked at MOONDENG, Aptos. What else should we look at? CT deep. We looked
How
at
about Cardano?
Cardano, ADA. So ADA on the weekly chart. Again, let's see where it's. So ADA is on it's still outside the KC channel. So it's strong. It's a strong move. So, if this week, if we close, provided we close above 7585, which I think we would close above it, it will go higher next week. So it will go maybe close around somewhere here. And there, it will go higher. It will go higher first. It will be very similar. You're gonna get a higher figure. I mean, this one is going to go higher, probably more than that. It will go extra high because this is the first close outside the KC channel. Normally, you can have even 3 close outside the KC channel. So you could have three candles, three weeks in a row going up on this one. Or alternatively, you would just have just one. We just have to watch it. Just you might have just a poke above and then bring it back down to test this 200 moving average. Because all the moves, obviously, from what we saw on Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin is going to do a slight move to the upside next week and then correct properly, right? So, these coins all will move up as a result. But then once Bitcoin starts to correct properly, they're all going to correct properly. Proper correction will happen. And that will probably take us, into like December, January, right? So because December is going to be a down. I think not the whole of December, but from maybe the second week of December going, because people will be taking money off for Christmas, people will be taking money off for taxes and all sorts. So that's when Bitcoin will actually fall into January. So probably by the first week of January, the selling will be over, and you should be reloading your box again. So these moves that we are in now, when they pick up, they will really fall back. They will really fall, and some of the falls could be so bad that you could be even like Cardano could be testing back at 0.47. It could be back at 0.47, which will give you a lower high, because currently we don't have it. All this is going, but you need some kind of a zip down to give you like a lower high, then off you go. We don't have it yet. So in December will be a really good month for us to keep our eyes peeled on the tops, because if we see something like this, if we see something like that, yeah, like that, where you get weekly candle red, we get red weekly candle. Any red weekly candle we see like this, that's a sign. Or like that is a sign that, look, the move to the downside is beginning. And that's why I think second week in December probably is going to be the case. So you have like this week will go up. The first week of December will be your final up. And then the second week you have a red candle, and then off you come back down with Bitcoin. So that's Cardano. Let's see if there's any other one that we need to look at. BOBA. Okay, let me just bring BOBA up, because BOBA was looking very interesting to me. So BOBA is hit its floor now. We have divergence on the weekly chart. That's a divergence, right? They came right into the line. We have a divergence on it, and it's time for BOBA to shine. So BOBA will be going up. Will be going up after this small pullback. Will be going up quite a lot, and BOBA will go and exceed this peak. So $152 BOBA. Let me just draw my line there and say it's $2. Let's leave it there. $2 BOBA is on the cards, which is
it for January?
No, I don't think we'll get this in January. I think this is like you'll get this like in April.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're looking at March, April for it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is about a move of what, about 10x. So it's a 10x. Yeah, normal 10x. You get it.
Where it is now
on BOBA. So we'll get it. But yeah, it's good to, like the likes of Coinbase and stuff. It's good to just put your sale price in. Because sometimes when these things go crazy, like it's go crazy here, you might even try to log on and you won't be able to log on to your Coinbase app because there's too much.
Yeah. It's too hard.
Yeah, so put your price in and be happy with it. $2 is 10x. I'm happy. Take my money. You have to have these things in mind, because otherwise my greed index might kick in. You'll be like, no, I want $5. So, when you get, because this will be a new all-time high on BOBA. If you draw, I wanted to draw a trend line for it, but let's see. Okay, if we draw a trend line from here, across from here, from here, across the top here, and cut it across here. There. Then yeah, so that comes to the line. So yeah, that would be your 3-point move. So this is 1 point, this is another point, and this is another point. If the bull market gets crazy, then yes, you might even get $5, $7. If it gets crazy. But you have to, these things, I always say you have to decide what you want. What is going to make me happy, right? Right from the word go. So that way you manage your expectations, right? If somebody will say, look, double top, 1.23 is a 6x, I'm happy with that. I made enough money. I don't need any more, right? If it goes up more, fine, let it go up some more. But I'm happy with that. And so you got to have these locked in because otherwise greed index will kick in. Greed index will kick in. And sometimes that means that, you don't sell at the right time and, you find out that actually, it turns around and it has a big zip down and you've lost quite a lot of profit. So BOBA is also looking good. I did like what I saw on BOBA. Jasmine was also looking good to me when I saw it. Yeah, so Jasmine is pumped as well. Jasmine is pumped. So it's just done its pump. It's going to start going up. So Jasmine will go up 0.2, 0.02. This will go. We can't line through there. So Jasmine is going to go up. We're talking even point. Let's see here. That's another peak here. So even 0.11 is on the cards. It's possible. So Jasmine will also do very well. It's now just kicking itself, to go. So it's also going to go up quite a bit. So I think there's a lot of opportunities for us. So are there any other coins that anybody wants me to have a look at before we go? I think we've looked at all our coins. PEPE. Oh, we didn't look at PEPE, did we? We didn't look at PEPE. PEPE is, I had a message. Somebody was trying to message me.
Yeah, Ken, it's me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
No,
thanks. Yeah.
cool. Yeah. So PEPE is obviously meme coin. It's done its big move, and it's cooling off. It depends on how this week closes. If we close like this, it means there's a bigger upside. If MACD is still red, a green, that's good. I think PEPE will come down into that line there, somewhere here, somewhere in the 0.17, 0.16 zone, touches this plays up, and then we can go up and go up some more. So we'll go up some more because all we've got is just this peak here, which tells me there's a higher peak first, but there's no divergence here on the daily chart. There's no divergence. So, and there's no proper divergence yet. So it tells me there's more upside. So PEPE will go up. It will go up first, come down, go up, and then before you have a proper kind of correction. So that's PEPE. PEPE is looking good as well for upside after a small pull down. So that's it. That's a wrap. I think we've covered most of the coins that we have interest in or trade. So that's about it. Any questions from anybody before we step it out?
Not
Yes,
from
bro.
me. Thanks very much for the update.
Okay. All right. Cheers, guys.
Yes.
Let's have a good week.
Yeah, thanks.
All right.
All right, cheers, bro. By the way, Ken, that limit order we placed on entry place has been triggered.
Oh, for the down, yeah.
Yeah, should have.
Let's look at where's MOONDENG? Let's look at MOONDENG again quickly before we go. MOONDENG,
Has been triggered. That was so quick.
MOONDENG. Where is it? Somewhere here. Here we go. So go to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, it's still looking positive, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still looking positive on that. If you go to the 1 hour chart, yeah, it's a positive chart. It's good that you've done it. It's gonna go up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna go up. It will go up. So it's good that actually, you've got it at a reasonable price.
But
3.6,
now,
yeah?
my liquidation price is 22 cent.
22 cents.
Yeah, it moved
I thought
from
you
that
said
what?
I thought it was 14. You said it would get to 14.
Yeah, but it was 14 when I saw the half, which I did, and then there was a left, and the leftover we put here at the entry price. That's what got activated.
You you you
The
buy
other
some more.
20K.
So you
Huh?
bought some more or what?
No, no, no. Remember, I sold 20K on a loss. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I took a small loss,
Right.
and then with the rest one, we say to put a limit order at the entry price, so to break even.
No, no, Marshall, no. You got confused. You got
Oh,
confused. What I was
so,
saying was take 10,000 tokens at a loss of 0.36 entry.
oh, okay, okay, okay. I
Not
did the
not
other
the
way.
rest of the position. No.
I did the rest. I did the rest of the position.
So you don't have
Okay.
a short.
No, don't have a short.
Oh, you need to put something back. You need to put something back. No, you can't not have a short. In case, right?
Yeah,
You got to
yeah.
at least you got to have like some 10,000 position on it to bring your average down, like bring your liquidation down to the 1410, at least that
Yeah,
way
so
you are well at the bottom, right? You don't
let
want
me
it.
see how many no, it still bring me small, man. It's still, if I put 10,000 tokens,
Uh-huh.
it's still it's still only reduced to 21 cents. So maybe I need to put a
So
bit more.
if you do 20,000?
Let me see. Yeah, it just bring me at 20.
20.
Yeah, 20
Okay,
cents.
so
Maybe
currently you're what? You're 25, is it?
22.
22. And
Yeah,
20,000 will only bring you to 20
yeah. Maybe let me do 25.
because you have 170,000, isn't it? Or
No, 139,
139
139.
on the upside. Yeah.
So if I put 25, it give me 19.4.
19.4. Let's see where 19.4. So 19 is somewhere here. I mean, it's not going to get there. I don't expect it to get there. I don't expect us to get to 19. Now,
Yeah.
25, you will get a lot of support at 25
Or
anyway.
should I put some more limit order according to how it's gonna move? So maybe I can put
No, you see,
20.
if you're gonna put a short on, you have to put it on now because
Uh,
that's a higher price. You don't want to put it at a lower price.
all right, okay.
Did you see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay.
You don't want to put it at a lower price at all. It needs to be a higher price. But the scenario here, you've got, like we've been rejected of the 200 on the 15 minutes. We've tried to go again and we've got another rejection. I think it will still go. It will have another go at it because,
Hmm.
it will go and have another go and try and break it. And I think it will break it. It will break it. But I don't want you to take the risk. I don't want you to
Yeah,
have
yeah.
risk. Like,
I won't sleep. I won't sleep tonight.
exactly. We don't want. I want you to go and sleep. I want you to sleep, not wondering, oh, what's happening to my coin? Am I? If it comes down to, it won't get there. Like tonight, it won't get. There's no way tonight Moondick falls to what point? You say you are two what?
Nah, no, now is 19 with the short.
19.
19 cent.
Okay, so there's no
19
way we
four.
get to 19. There's no way we get to 19. Like if you look at like how long it's taking us to get here, right? Daily candle. The biggest daily candle was this. That was the biggest, right? That's the whole day. This is the whole day, right? So,
Yeah,
and the whole day we dropped from what, 6.8 to 5.2, right? Which is
yeah,
only 8 plus, say 16 points, right? So
yeah,
if
yeah.
okay, you're gonna drop like 16 points. let's say we have, let's just use a hypothetical 16 points. So 16, 16, take, that's 20. It takes you to 20. If we drop 16 points, right? Oh, and that's the whole day. We remember we only go how many days left, hours left, 6 hours to the end of the day. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, it's unlikely to go to that.
It's not going to happen. So yeah, it's not going to happen. So, you can now sleep easy, I think.
Yeah, I can sleep easier because it was 22 cents, so it's like I'm at the edge.
Oh, where is this? Now I need to